The two GOATs of golf and basketball, Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan, are known for being longtime buddies. But how they really feel about each other seems to be a hot topic and occupies conversations in the golf world. So I decided to carry out in-depth research on the two legends to uncover any hidden secrets, and what I've discovered might be really shocking to you. The duo might ply their trade in different sports, but from beefs to gambling addictions and legal cases, the relationship between Jordan and Woods is not really what you think it is. There's certainly something fishy going on between them. To understand their unique relationship, I first have to give you a little backstory of these amazing athletes. Looking at both men's career at a glance, there might hardly be any similarities from your point of view. Of course, it's easy to say they're both African American and among the few athletes in the billionaire club, with Jordan being the first, but what are their similarities? Michael Jordan is a basketball Hall of Famer enjoying incredible success during his 16 seasons with the Chicago Bulls, and also won a total of 4 gold medals with the USA basketball team, including 2 Olympic gold medals, while being undefeated throughout his national team career. He may have won Rookie of the Year in his debut season, but Michael didn't always have it easy. It was so bad at some point that his varsity team refused him from joining the squad because they felt he wasn't tall enough. Sounds crazy, right? But that wasn't enough for Jordan to give up. So he would later take a season playing in the junior varsity team, lording over them and also gaining a few inches before he could get into the varsity team. Tiger Woods, on the other hand, was born to play golf. A child prodigy. Quite literally. His dad was a single-figure handicap amateur golfer, so Woods was already playing at 2 years old. He even demonstrated his golf skills in a television appearance on the Mike Douglas Show in 1978 when he was just 2 years old. At 3, he surprisingly scored a 48 over 9 holes, which was a crazy result at that time for his age. Woods enjoyed immense success through his junior college and amateur golf career, turning pro at 20 and going on to be the world number 1 for 264 consecutive weeks and 281 weeks at another time. He's won over 100 golf tournaments, including 15 major titles and 18 World Golf Championships, and has been the PGA Player of the Year a record 11 times. As a matter of fact, sitting in every Golf Hall of Fame, Tiger Woods holds every record for players still active in golf. And when I say every record, I literally mean all of them. Now, you can see that both men have gotten to the peak of successes and honors in their sports with different routes. But one similarity they share is their resilience and never-say-die spirit. MJ's case may have been a self-made hurdle with his abrupt retirement to minor league baseball for 2 years and coming back from retirement to the NBA to still succeed and show why he is the GOAT of the game. Meanwhile, Woods' hurdles were due to personal matters surrounding his marriage, infidelity scandal, and mental health with countless injuries, which saw him take multiple breaks from golf, drop to number 50 on the world rankings, and still come back up to the number 1 spot less than 2 years after. But then you might ask, since golf is played on a golf course and basketball is on the court, 2 obviously different places, how did they even get to know each other? Woods and Jordan have a relationship that dates back more than a decade. But all of this started with Tiger's insane self-confidence, belief, and foresight. Those were a lot of qualities for a 14-year-old kid at the time. In an interview with Trans World Sports back in 1990, the kid talked about how he could go on to have a better career than Jack Nicklaus, the golfing GOAT at the time, likening himself to the Michael Jordan of golf.
I may be sort of like a Michael Jordan in basketball.
Jordan, at the time, was just 27 and hadn't even won his first NBA championship. So how young Tiger knew Jordan would turn out a legend remains a mystery. About 6 years later, when Woods would just be kicking off his amateur career, he'd already stood out enough for a sponsorship deal from Nike, and that was the avenue through which he reached out to Jordan since both of them were Nike ambassadors. But this didn't go down well with John Murch, Woods' family lawyer, while he was at Stanford University. Murch warned Woods that basketball was all the Chicago Bulls star was good at, and he was only going to use him. But the golf prodigy ignored the words of warning and instead struck up a huge bond with Jordan. In an interview with Oprah Winfrey, Woods said his relationship with Nike was instrumental, but his life was heading in a direction where he needed help. He cited instances like dealing with publicity, loss of privacy, and the press in general in his words, "Aside from a movie star or celebrity, what other down-to-earth person can relate to me, if not one of the best basketball players who has ever lived and is now like a big brother to me?" Their huge admiration for each other was reciprocated, with MJ singing the praises of his buddy in an article from ESPN the magazine in 2001. He commended Tiger's confidence and work ethic as the backbone for his track record of accomplishment, stating that considering his track record, Tiger maintains a lead when he has one. Jordan has since garnered a large interest in golf, participating in both charity events and cash prize tournaments over the years. When he's not playing, he's there to watch nearly every U.S. team golf event, Rydercup and President's Cup included.
Seen Michael Jordan at his first Rydercup in Valderrama, Spain in 1997. These guys can go to any event.
It appears their relationship goes way beyond sports, as MJ said that he and Tiger have always wanted to see each other succeed in business and in life, and often have conversations about all of them.
People want to see each other do well, be it in business, be it in sports, be it in life, and we have conversations.
Jordan would later praise Tiger's influence in the game while admitting that if he had seen Woods play golf as a kid, he probably wouldn't have been as good as he is in basketball, as his interest would have been in the gentleman's sport.
If I was a kid growing up today and I watched Tiger Woods play golf, I don't know how good a basketball player I would be, because I would probably end up playing more.
The two have gone on to have what Tiger Woods called a natural bond of sorts, one of the best relationships between athletes from different sports. Jordan, while admitting that Jack Nicklaus won more in golf than Tiger, praised the 15-time major winner for evolving the game from a white man's sport to something other ethnic minorities enjoyed playing.
Tiger evolved it to where it crossed a lot of different boundaries, where it's not just a white guy's sport, the black guys, Afro-American.
Jordan and Woods have enjoyed arguably the most high-profile bromance in the celebrity sphere, and for years, the two absolute sporting greats were inseparable until something very terrible happened. Could Jordan have been his worst role model? You see, MJ was known to be somewhat arrogant. He was in the NBA, the same time as Woods became a PGA Tour member, but MJ was never a saint. As his fame and reputation grew, so did his ego. He quickly spun out of both the NBA and the Chicago Bulls' control. Jordan was womanizing behind his wife's back and had a terrible gambling issue. But still, the NBA couldn't afford to touch Jordan because he meant too much money to too many corporations, including Chevy, Nike, and McDonald's to name a few. So, he was basically the league's meal ticket. Sound anything like Tiger Woods? So Tiger and Jordan became friends, and as soon as his divorce from Juanita Vanoy was finalized, a single MJ begins to entertain Tiger. Then Charles Barkley, another NBA superstar with some gambling issues, enters the scene and befriends Tiger too. The pair begins to introduce Woods to high life, and his downfall begins. Soon, rumors of Woods' gambling began. Nothing was confirmed, but nothing necessarily illegal either. And this wasn't a surprise because Tiger is as competitive as any athlete out there, and it's the same competitiveness that leads a gambler to his ruin. And as if that wasn't enough, the women came into the picture. Michael was always the player who knew what fame and fortune could bring, while Woods, as we've all discovered, plays along. So what fishy things did Woods learn from MJ? What Tiger learned from MJ is how to play the fame game. Jordan being too big to be punished by the NBA becomes Tiger's role model. But what Woods failed to understand was that the PGA couldn't pool the combined forces of the NBA and NBC. He quickly learned that what may have been true for MJ, that he was just too big to fail, didn't necessarily apply to him. But was it too late? Well, you tell me, because at the time, he was already involved with so many women and living the lifestyle Jordan comfortably lived, that Ellen Nordegren couldn't take it anymore and filed for a divorce. But unlike the unremorseful Jordan, a tearful Woods would later apologize as the gentleman that he is.
I'm deeply sorry for my irresponsible and selfish behavior I engaged in.
However, Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods have cultivated a friendship that has lasted for decades. They have also cultivated careers in their chosen sports to place them in the history books as the greatest to have played. But what do you make of MJ's and Tiger's bromance? For more intriguing golf content, click this video showing on your screen right now.